Now, the main advantage of the aquaponics system, right, is that it is water efficient. It is a water based technology that is very efficient, right? We are speaking about a level of efficiency that goes up to a level of about 90% of water being saved in the system, because you have a recycling and a reusing of the same water, right, for long periods of time, right? So, number two, the second advantage of having an aquaponics system, right, in your household, right, or in your yard, is the fact that it is it is very efficient in regards to space, right, and energy usage. With the aquaponics system, right, you can grow large amounts of food in a very small space, right? Let's say, for instance, half a garage space, right? In that space, you will be able to produce a lot of food in regards to, let's say, the vegetables that you can produce from the plant side or the hydroponic side of the system, right? And the amount of protein that you can produce within this very limited space, right? So an advantage of this is that you can produce a large amount of food in a limited space, right? And it is quite energy efficient, right? Now, when you look at the system, right, what you would need the energy for are not a lot of things, right? Particularly, you would need energy for the water pump, right? The pump helps the circulation of the system, right, to keep the water going, right, for it to be able to be recycled, right? You would need energy to actually run that pump, right? Now, the size of a pump can be any size, right? In the next video, I'll show you the typical sizes of the of the water pump which can be used, right? Now, another advantage is, no, not another advantage, another technology that needs energy in this system is known as the air pump. Air pump makes sure that there is enough oxygen for the fish to be able to grow healthy and produce a lot of protein, right? So, and let's say you might need grow lights, right? To particularly, let's say, if you want to use the system in a very controlled environment, let's say without access to the sun, right? So, so this system basically doesn't require a lot of energy, because all of these three products or these three technologies that I have just mentioned can just be attached to two or three solar panels that will be able to supply the energy needed to run the system, by giving energy to your water pump and your air pump, right, for the oxygen for the fish, and your grow lights, right? Now, it is a chemical free operation, right? You wouldn't need any chemicals or in the form of pesticides or herbicides to actually deal with the problems which we tend to develop in a normal garden, right? So it is a chemical free operation, right? And it is a very organic operation. Now, the system, another advantage of the system is that it can be adaptive to various sizes, right? Terrains and climate environments, right? So let's say you are in Soweto, right? And you don't have much money to actually produce the system, right? Now, the system doesn't require a lot of expertise for you to be able to build it from scratch, right? Now, you can be able to just be, add, the Okasi way, right? Be able to put together a few um, technologies and a few devices to actually bring the system to life. Now, the system produces its own organic fertilizer, right? By taking the fish waste, right, that comes in the form of ammonia and ammonium, and basically converting it and using it as a fertilizer to grow the plants or the vegetables on the grow beds. And it is one of the most climate friendly technologies that exists on this planet. It is quite clean. You can power your technology, right, using renewables, right? You save a lot of water, right? And you help in issues like overfishing or over farming, right? Because you are basically controlling or growing these plants and protein in a controlled environment. Now, I'll also be looking at the disadvantages with that comes with the system, right? Number one, the type of plants and type of fish that you grow tend to depend on the type of area which you are in, right? Particularly in Soweto, right? Soweto, I'd say that the average temperature would be around 16 and 23, 24 degrees. So a certain type of fish can exist within or grow within that environment, right? And as a beginner, right, you would I tend to, let's say, focus on also a limited scope of the type of vegetables or plants that you can grow in the system, right? So that would be the disadvantage, the limited scope of plants, right? And fish, type of fish that you can grow. But if you can control the temperature, right, then you can grow a number of fish, but not necessarily a number of plants. The startup costs to this system are quite high, right? But the system is so adaptable that we can reduce the prices or the inputs that you need to actually build the system in the township, right? For example, the fish tank, right? Let me show you something. The fish tank, right, can be built from of something that is like this.